quick tutorial about Screencastify. So Screencastify is a screen recording solution, and if you are signed into your browser with your alisal.org account, you should see this Chrome extension here, the little arrow with the camera on it, and when you log in, it should say Record Unlimited. If it doesn't say Record Unlimited, we need to check a couple things. The first is you would click About Here and make sure that it says, your name and your Alisal account. The next thing you need to do is open up the extension, then click these three, and then where mine says Sign Out, you need to sign in. You may have to do some permissions for screen recording in the system preferences, and if it asks you to do that, go ahead and just do that. So I'm going to show you an example of how we might use Screencastify to make videos for our students. And again, this is just going to be, a real quick one. So let's say we were going to make a tutorial in Google Slides for our kids. So we might start with a new set of slides. And then now that we have this open, we're going to walk our kids through something. So what we're going to do here is click here, and then we have a couple choices. We could record the whole desktop. We could record webcam only, where it's just going to show my webcam, or we can record browser tab and then embed the webcam so that it can see, our little face in the corner. When we have the browser tab going, we get a few extra tools, but if we show under more options, if you are showing a recording of something where it has a video, you want to turn on the recording of tab audio here. If you're not, that's okay. And also under tab browser recordings, you get the drawing tools, which might be helpful. And then you can set the countdown timer. I find 3 seconds is enough. So I'm going to go ahead and click record, which is a little interesting because I'm using QuickTime to record this. And now you can see my face. So Screencastify is recording. So here's a few cool things about Screencastify. Is first, there's a pen for annotating. So if you need to click and draw shapes on the screen, or for example, you're going to put that pen away. You can click down here to go back to just the cursor. You'll see that it does mouse effects. So if we're going to say like here, when we want to add a slide, we can click up here. We can click the plus button, but that will just give us the same layout over and over. If we click the drop down next to the plus button and we click on a different layout, we get it. You'll see that you can move your little thumbnail around, and if we want a different theme, here's where we would pick a different theme, and we can try these out and see how they look to us. Maybe we like this one. Maybe we want one that's a little more colorful. Okay? And then you can say, yeah, I like this one. There we go. Again, we can go back. Now, keep in mind, those are, when we change the screen, those are, the stickers happen to be on individual slides, so you can see it changing. So, for example, if we were reading an article on the web, we could use Screencastify as our read aloud and then use the pen tool to highlight things. We go back, we can do the shape tool is the rectangle. If we wanted to make sure to draw around something, we can do that, and then you can see that we can clear screen to do that. Using Screencastify, as always, we click back to get back to our tools. So we've chosen our theme, and then you move yourself around on the screen. Whoops, that is not what I meant to do. Right? I'm on my trackpad. This is a little bit easier with a mouse. So, and then if we were going to give our kids some ideas, you click and you type your title here, and then you type your text here, and then maybe we're going to give them some ideas. When we want to insert an image, the great thing about Google Slides is we can insert image, from search the web, and we don't even have to leave our slides. We can just search in here, even with our typos. Oh, little corgi puppy. And drop it in. And children, whenever we are resizing photos, we never pull from the side, because look at that, it squidges it up, and that's wrong. We never pull from the sides or the top or the bottom, because that flattens it, it's wrong. We always come from a corner. We want that diagonal arrow, and then it preserves proportionality. So now we can talk about proportionality and equivalent shapes, and now we're talking about math standards. When you're done, you have a couple of options. You can either click this end recording here. If you want the tools to kind of go away, you can compress them down. You can stop the webcam here if you wanted to. So you can click that stop, or you can come up here and come back to the extension. And if you click on it again, you click stop. Now immediately when you stop that, it will open up a new screen, and you see this is editing. So this is the editor, and you'll notice it's quiet. It starts out muting. So let's say you gave yourself a little bit of time at the beginning and the end of the video, and you wanted to trim that. So you would move these in from the edges, and then you could trim it. You would click Save Trim, and it asks me, trimming a video replace the original. All the footage will be permanently deleted. If you're okay with that, you can trim the video. Now, this will take a little bit. The editing page is also where we have a couple of other things. So you notice my slides were called Untitled Presentation, so the video is called that. I can retitle it up here. Now, when you start using Google or Screencastify, it creates a folder in your Google Drive. We can show it in my Drive. And you can come down here. It's just called Screencastify. It will automatically create it, and that is where it will save it. See, I have somebody else shared theirs with me. Coming back here, there's a couple of ways to share the video. You can export the video, but that's not generally what we're going to do. We can share directly to Classroom from here, and then we can copy the share link, and that will change it from Google Drive. Now, if we use the share link, or not from Google Drive, if we use the share link, so we're going to copy that share link, and if we send this to kids, here's what this looks like. We paste and go. Now it has its own viewer screen, and it operates similarly to another video. And what's going on there is we can change the theme, and we can give it a fun background, so when our students see it, they have all those sorts of things. We can add captions, we can add interactive questions in the middle of it, and we can do that because we have that sort of license. So that's the beginning of Screencastify, and that is what will get you going. Okay? If you have any questions, Candy and I and Sean and all those teachers can help. The questions feature is really underutilized by teachers, but it's pretty cool. You have to sign in with your Google account and all that sort of stuff, but it like stops the video, and it allows you to add questions whenever you want. When you're editing and you're going to go back, and all the different share versions of it really make it awesome. It's a great tool, beyond just simply doing the screencast and screen record and do that. So if you have any questions, let us know.